People will get a couple of data points and then extrapolate it all the way to the end and go like, what's going on? And really, so that resistance, that fear is just internally just driven. So the first thing is just to have how do I manage myself, and how do I embrace, what might be something really good for me or really good for the company. So it would be to have a positive attitude, an open attitude, at least listen to people and talk about what kind of change, if we were working together. So Michael, what kind of changes do you think we need here? And really to listen and to gather and to understand, what different points of view are around change, and to take those into consideration. So that when we have a plan, it's not just my plan, it's our plan. We're working together to have a plan. And then, the question is, well, how do I communicate that? The last thing you want is someone to hear about this, through the grapevine. We talk about, where there's lack of communication, there's a vacuum, and the vacuum creates, gossip and worry and so forth. So it's to get out ahead of the change as much as possible and to try to promote transparency. The wrong way to go about change is to say, here's what we're doing, and you better get on board. The better way is to really involve people so that we work on the change together, that we communicate the change together, that we've got metrics and data that are really indicating where we are in that journey, and to be open to questions that people have, and to really try to be empathetic about them, and not just to say, it'd be easy to say to somebody, hey, look, just suck it up, or whatever the issue might be. But we need to put ourselves in the other person's shoes. We need to try to see things honestly from the other person's point of view. And in doing that, we can ultimately then move an entire organization or department or whatever it might be to change. Sometimes we're firing things off so quickly, we're not necessarily thinking about the impact of the words that we use or the things that we're going to say, or to put ourselves in the position of the recipient of that message. And so influence really still starts, even in that context. There are exceptions to this. There are people who are audacious. There are people who are offensive. There are people who have people follow them just because they are unusual. And at the same time, some of the greatest thought leaders, if we think about thought leaders, they're people with a perspective, and they're communicating that perspective in a way that is ultimately going to help or influence an audience. So even you here with this show, you are here to try to provide your audience with a value. And so, fundamentally what you're trying to do is the idea that Dale Carnegie and that we espouse, which is to put ourselves in your audience's shoes and saying, how do we offer something? So the greatest opportunity to influence really is to start with the other person's point of view, and really to be sensitive or attentive to that.